Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. My name is Danny Smith, and I am the Manager of Events and Marketing at Microexcel. I'd like to welcome you to today's webinar, Building Forms-Driven Workflow Solutions, in which we will discuss how to approach forms in the context of a larger workflow automation solution and how to take it mobile with any device from anywhere. Our presenter today is Ashish Gupta, Solution Architect at Microexcel. Ashish Gupta has over 13 years of experience in the design, development, and maintenance of end-tier applications in Microsoft technologies. He is a Microsoft certified professional and technology specialist in SharePoint and has vast experience architecting large-sized SharePoint farms for a variety of clients. Ashish has been a vital member of the Microexcel Microsoft team for more than 5 years. So just a few laundry items before we get started. This webinar is being recorded, and a link to the recording will be sent out in a few days. Also, we will have a Q&A portion at the end, so please type any questions that you may have in the questions box, and we will get to those in the order they are received. If you have any questions after the webinar, please feel free to contact us at info@microexcel.com. So without further ado, I'd like to present our speaker for today's event, Mr. Ashish Gupta.
Thank you for the introduction, Danny. Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. As Danny had mentioned, I'm Ashish Gupta, Solutions Architect at Microexcel. In today's webinar, we are going to talk about some points. We will talk about Nintex Forms, workflows, and Nintex Mobile app. So we will see some key highlight points will be, as you can see my screen, that we will see what's the need of the forms in today's world. Then how the forms and workflow together make a complete solution. So form alone or workflow alone are not a complete solution. They are not like a full value scenario. So I will explain you that. Then we will see Nintex mobile app, that how you can take the forms and the workflow tasks with you wherever you are and on any device. Then we will see that the forms should also be with the responsive UI, just like SharePoint sites. Nintex Forms are supported in both Office 365 and on-prem, so I will show you the screens for that. And then we will see the key features of Nintex mobile app and Nintex Forms, that what are the main things you can take from these applications. Then I will show you the demo of Nintex mobile app, that how the forms can be submitted through mobile and they are submitted into SharePoint, and how you can complete your workflow tasks from Nintex mobile app. And at the end, we will open the floor for the questions. Before that, I would like to first give overview of Microexcel. Microexcel was established 15 years before, and Microexcel is a leading enterprise business and technology solutions provider. We are global headquartered in Secaucus, New Jersey, and we have over 1,500 employees which are serving mid and large size organizations. Our key practice areas are Microsoft, SAP, and quality assurance, and Microsoft is our largest practice area. Our worldwide operations are in US, India, Middle East, and South Africa, and we have 5 offices in US. We have 3 offshore development centers in India, which are in Hyderabad, Pune, and Bangalore. We are the field managed Microsoft partner out of New York Metro, and we are Microsoft Direct Cloud Solution Provider partner too. Now, we have done tons of stuff in Office 365 and Azure. We have gold status in 5 competencies, as you can see on my screen, that we have gold in collaboration and content, cloud productivity, application development, and data analytics. So we are a gold Microsoft partner, and we are Nintex certified partner too. As you are seeing my screen, that today there are different platforms, with different technologies, like SharePoint, CRM, Yammer, and other things. So in today's world, it's necessary that how we can interconnect with all these different technologies, from a business process wise, how we can submit forms or how we can run the workflows being on different technology. And that's where Nintex comes into the picture, which can make our life easy and make our business processes easy. So first thing I would like to explain here that what is the need of the business forms today. So today the business forms are constantly evolving, as we know. Initially they were as a paper document, but the form is now electronic and they can be viewed on any device, for example desktops, laptops, and mobile devices. Also, the forms have grown from a simple structured document to the primary interface, which is used to collect data by a variety of enterprise processes and applications. Now, before going further, I would like to do a poll so that I can understand that how many of you are actually using custom business forms on SharePoint sites. So you are seeing the question on my screen. Do you use custom business forms and workflows in your SharePoint sites? So Danny, could you please start poll, and you will all see the question on your screen. So you have around 10 seconds to respond to that, and then the poll will be closed.
Okay, Ashish, I'll be now closing the poll. And the results are coming in. It looks like 82% currently do use business forms and 18% do not.
Okay, perfect. That's a great result. So looks like most of you are using the form. That's a great thing. And we can understand that there are so many custom business processes which need an interactive medium and interactive UI to execute those processes. So that allows me to show you another poll, which is which forms technology are you using today for those custom forms? So is it InfoPath, Nintex Forms, custom HTML and JavaScript, Access database, or other? So you will see another question on your screen, and then please respond to this thing.
Okay, I will now be closing the poll, Ashish.
Great.
It looks like we have 23% using InfoPath, 38% using Nintex Forms, 15% using custom HTML and JavaScript, and 23% using other.
Awesome. That's a great news. So I'm glad to see that majority we are using Nintex Forms. That's great. But looks like some people are still using InfoPath or any other technology. So we'll see that how we can help here and what are the facilities or functionalities provided by Nintex Forms which can help in executing your business processes. Okay. So to go further, next thing I would like to show here that what are the keys to achieve the forms-driven workflow. So when we use business forms, organizations not only need to implement the right process, but also an effective strategy. Today, modern forms should enable rich interaction with business processes. They should aggregate data and content from multiple sources and encourage informed and collaborative human interaction. The forms technology should also be effective, efficient, easy for designers to build, and it should be so simple that anyone in the company can use them. With this approach, we can see clearly that a solid forms strategy can be built which can help organizations to gain a critical edge in their industry. Okay. Now let's understand that all forms have processes. Every form is tied to a business process, whether it's a simple or difficult. So as I mentioned earlier, that forms have grown from a simple data entry form to the primary interface to collect data from different sources for the variety of enterprise processes and applications. A business process can vary from a simple process like submit a travel request to a very complex process of a product change request. And in all these cases, we need a solid forms technology which can make the business process easy. So all forms are basically front end for the business processes. Okay. No form is an island. So as I mentioned in the beginning, that form alone is not enough. Okay. No matter how simple the form is or how little data is being collected, there most certainly need to be a process or workflow running behind it. As we know that workflow is a quick and easy way to streamline your process, integrate your content, and empower your people wherever they are and on any device. When a form is connected to a workflow, it not only provides the fields related to the task at hand, but also a variety of workflow variables and data points, so that together make the complete solution. Okay. The forms must be simple. Many forms are more complex than they really need to be, because in many cases you may see that some custom business process has a long form with different kind of actions and so many complicated things that users are actually facing problem in filling the form. So as a form designer, we at Microexcel consider all the ways in which a person will interact with the form and choose the best user interface for each part of the process. Okay. Now let's talk about the solution UI. So we see forms as a front end for the workflow. They are the solution UI. Solution UI isn't tightly coupled with the data. That's a primary interface where users are entering the data. It's a way to package the data and bring it together to the user to look at a particular way. And it's a way to parse the data in the form and put it in the storage area that makes the most sense. So forms are specific for the tasks which help users in completing their task. Okay. Now let's see that what kind of forms we need. We need the forms that actually deliver the value. If we just capture the data in the form and do not connect to the workflow, it's just a limited value scenario. We know that. So once data is collected, it has to surface somewhere else and should be connected to a business process so that it can deliver the full value. As a result, forms tied to the workflow automation solutions, they provide the incredible value. People often approach a solution in this way when they wish to maximize simplicity, when moving away from a difficult paper-based solution. However, once data is collected, you still need to do something with the data you collect. You actually need the data to surface somewhere else and have processes that ensure that the data in the document syncs with the data in an addressable form. So as a result, form tied to the workflow automation solutions provide incredible value. A process or involved workflow strategy is needed to deliver that value. The key is identifying where the value needs to go and what end result should be extracted from the use of the form. Okay. Now let's see that we know that InfoPath is retired. Microsoft has announced that. So after that, we need a solid forms technology which not only provides the same kind of functionality which were in InfoPath, but even more than that. So they should be easy to build, easy to deploy, export and import from one environment to another. They should be supported in on-prem and Office 365 environments. So as you can see on my screen on the right-hand side, the Nintex Forms designer, there are different components there. The field menu, you can drag and drop and build the form easily. You can also embed the JavaScript or the custom branding here to make it look like your enterprise form. Okay. Now forms must be mobile. Today, as we know that employees are using you need to give them every tool it takes to be productive on the go. To best work with all these scenarios, workflow automation solution must be designed that supports mobile across all key platforms. But it should not require any special effort for the development or design. Every forms-driven workflow solution should be mobile ready, and it should be supporting all key platforms like Android, iPhone, Windows, any size or resolution. In that case only, employees will be more productive. Now, we should allow people work without borders, whether it's for people or for content or any device. So people need to work without borders. Workflow automation brings process work to your people, wherever they are and on any device, rather than asking them to browse another website or keep checking an app on their phone devices regularly. Workflow automation solutions get used because they are a help. They are not a burden. We at Microexcel believe that work should follow the user. It should not be other way around. If we send a task to the place where the user works, there are very good chances that the task will be completed on time. Instead of we keep asking user that, hey, please keep checking your emails or keep checking this list or the SharePoint site and then complete your task, then there are definitely chances that user may forget the things or he or she may not complete the task. And there are many places users work, and a lot of them are mobile. Moreover, a lot of people would prefer not to have their inboxes cluttered with the task assignments. Even more people need to collect data in remote locations and can't depend on constant internet access. There may be locations where people are without internet access. Even in those cases, the workflow solution should allow them to complete their task or submit their forms. And when they connect to internet, all those completed tasks or submitted forms which are in the queue, they will get pushed and submitted to SharePoint. So all of these issues are addressed by putting your work in your pocket by using Nintex mobile apps. Your users expect to get to their work regardless of where they are and what device they choose to use. So let's see the responsive UI. So we know that SharePoint sites have responsive UI. And we at Microexcel, we have built tons of SharePoint sites with intranet, internet, with responsive UI. They can be browsed on any device with proper resolution and a nice look and feel. So similarly, a user expects the forms should also be responsive UI, because if we are talking about forms to be accessible on any device, then they should be having responsive UI too. So Nintex Forms allows you to build such layouts for mobile devices so that you can see their responsive UI on any device. So you can see on my screen that this is a responsive UI of Nintex Forms on different devices. So it's very easy filling the form, a nice look and feel. Users feel so easy to fill the form and submit, and it makes them very productive. Okay. Now let's see Nintex Forms. As I mentioned in the beginning, that Nintex Forms are supported in Office 365. So as I'm showing screens, that on the ribbon, they all are browser-based forms, and from the ribbon you can easily build a layout for the mobile phone or any desktop or any other device. So they are connected to the list and library, and you go to the browser and you can launch the Nintex form for that list or library. Nintex forms are also supported for SharePoint editions in on-prem. So here also it's the same thing, that in the browser you launch Nintex form for a list or library, and you can easily design and publish to the SharePoint site. So now let's see the key features of Nintex Forms. So with Nintex Forms, you get a browser-based designer that is embedded within SharePoint and Office 365. The Forms designer is a natural drag and drop interface. So as I showed in my previous slide, that there is the field menu on the left-hand side. You drag and drop the fields, and it makes it very easy to design and build the form very easily. You can also integrate with databases and web services to extend the form functionality to on-prem and cloud applications beyond SharePoint and Office 365. So many times it's necessary that you connect the form with other business data, which may be in SQL or maybe coming from the web services. So before user fills a form, user may want to see different data related to business, and in that case, Nintex Forms provides the easy interface to connect the data from external applications, and it makes filling the form very easy. You can also custom brand the forms with custom logos, artworks, and layouts, so that people feel that it's my company's form, it's my enterprise form. Okay, and more importantly, you can design forms that are tied to the workflow. You can have the rules and validations to show and hide the sections. It supports the mobile devices. If later you have to update a form, you just publish it once and it will update in all the sites. And you can trigger the workflow processes with this. You can use custom CSS and JavaScript to enhance the form's functionality. Okay. Now let's see Nintex Mobile Enterprise Edition. So with Nintex Mobile Enterprise, you get the ability to custom brand your app. You can also package the app that cater to a specific function into app packs. So in other words, if you were to create a leave request app and an employee feedback app, you could put them in an HR app pack, which will have both of these apps as a package into that. Similarly, you could package expense reports and payroll into a finance app pack. These apps can be delivered over the air via email to your users. Or if your company uses a mobile device management solution like AirWatch or Intune, then also you can sideload Nintex Mobile Enterprise as a part of your MDM deployment. Okay. Mobile features like geolocation, camera, date and time, etc. in your mobile form. If your process needs barcode or QR code scanning, you can do that as well from your cell phone. That makes it very easy for you to scan the code and submit it in your form. There is little to no effort involved in building and deploying mobile apps. Once you design the forms, which are browser ready, you can create a mobile ready layout and publish it to the Nintex mobile app or a custom branded app with no additional development effort. So it's so easy for the designers and so easy for the business users to use that. If you are looking for ideas on how you can use the capabilities that we just talked about, here are some processes that Microexcel has automated for its customers. And as you can see that it is wide-ranging, that covers IT, marketing, HR, finance, and various other function areas. Okay, so we have automated these different processes for our customers. And you can clearly see that if you have any need on any of these business process automation, you can definitely contact Microexcel. So now I'm going to show you the demo of Nintex mobile app. So for that, this is the Nintex mobile laptop environment, online environment. I will launch the Nintex online demo environment. Okay, so this is the SharePoint site, SharePoint 2013 site on-prem. So there is a Nintex Live already set up in this site. So there are different ways where you can connect your Nintex mobile app with SharePoint. So it could be corporate account, Nintex Cloud account, Office 365 account, or Microsoft account. So for this example, I registered my Microsoft account with Nintex Live, and on my phone I will show you the app. So let me launch my phone screen. Okay, I will take you here. So you can see on my screen that Nintex mobile app is there. So I will use that. Enable this mode. Okay, so this is the screen for Nintex mobile. So you can see your tasks, your forms, any draft or outbox, which forms and tasks you submitted, and settings. Okay, so currently I'm showing you the task. You can refresh here to see the latest task. Okay, for the form, it will show the list of all the published forms which are currently published on your SharePoint site. So you can scroll up or down to see different forms. So I'm going to take an example of trade authorization request. So I will open that. Okay, so this is the form. You can see that on the top there is a field which you have to fill here. You can attach the supporting documents. If I click plus, it will ask the file location from your cell phone. So you can attach a file or image or video or take a new picture from camera and then attach it right here. So you can see that how easy it is to attach a file with your form. Okay, and then at the bottom it's just a confidentiality statement for this form. So let me put some value here, say test by Ashish, just so that we know what it is. And currently I'm not attaching any document. I'm just submitting. So by clicking this button, it will submit the form. Okay. Let's see. Let me try just one second. Okay. So I submitted that. Now let's see. So okay. So you can see it was very quick. It submitted, and what all you submitted, you can see here that if I click this, so this is a local copy of the form which you submitted. So you can see that easily. Okay. Now let's go to SharePoint and let's see that what it did. So I'm going to the SharePoint site, financial services and trades. Okay. So you can see here that I submitted 3 forms and all 3 of them are added in this SharePoint list. Okay, and the workflow has been started. So it was so quick to submit the form from my cell phone and it got added in the SharePoint list. Okay, so let's wait while this workflow is going on, and meanwhile I will show you the Nintex Forms interface. So I'm going to this list, trade authorization. So here I go to list and you will see the Nintex Forms ribbon button here. You click that. So this is a interface, an easy interface for Nintex Forms. Okay, you can design your form, you can custom brand that, as you can see here. You can drag and drop the fields from this menu to the designer. On the ribbon, you can see that you can create a layout for tablet, for phone, for smartphone, or for desktop. Okay, so that's the Nintex Form Designer. There is an import-export functionality also, so you can import the form and export to another environment if there is a need to deploy from one form to another. Now let's go to the list again. So you can see here that these 2 forms, the workflow updated their title, which is the functionality. And let's see if there is any task has been created. So currently the workflow is still going. It will create the task. So I will show you that how you will receive the task in your Nintex mobile app and how you can complete that. Okay. So while the workflow is going, all right. So while that is going, I will show you my screen. So as I said that there are tasks here, forms here, so you can open your tasks. So in this way, if you see the task form, it's so easy to complete it. So you can put the address, say some test address and contact date. So it will show you the calendar. So suppose it's today. Receive purpose. So any comment you can put. Test purpose, right? And yeah, and you can put the topic and then submit. So in all this way, as you see the screen, that it's We save the changes. You don't need to keep checking your inboxes. You don't need to keep checking your SharePoint sites or any other app. You just come here and see your task and forms. So it makes executing the business process very easy. Okay. So let's go back to our presentation. So we just saw the Nintex mobile app demo. Okay. Now I'm happy to announce that we are giving 10% discount for our new customers. So if you order any Nintex product in next 60 days through Microexcel, you will get 10% off. Okay. All right. So now I'm opening the floor for Q&A. You can submit your questions, and Danny can read those questions to me.
Okay, Ashish, it does look like we have had one question come through. So the question is, how does licensing work?
Okay, great. So Nintex has updated the workflow or the forms licensing. So there is a workflow-based or the subscription-based licensing where Nintex sees that how many workflows you are actually using in your organization. So it could be a range of 1 to 5 workflows, or 10 to 20 workflows, or 40 to 50 workflows, or maybe more than 200, 500 workflows. So earlier in the old licensing model, it was based on the users in the company. But if you think about a case where in the organization there is only one department which has suppose only 2 workflows, so companies should actually pay for the 2 workflows only. So you can go with the subscription-based pricing, and you can purchase a plan of 1 to 5 workflows or 10 to 20 workflows based on the need, and you will only pay for that. And in future, if you want to add more workflows, you can add them in an incremental way. Like you want 3 more workflows, 5 more workflows. There is a range that you can add 5 more workflows in your bucket. Okay, so this way makes it very cheap and affordable, this workflow and the forms licensing. Okay, Danny.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ashish. It looks like the next question we've had come through is this compatible with SharePoint 2013 standard on-premise?
Yes, it's compatible with SharePoint 2013 standard. That's true.
Okay. Another question that has came through is, what are the different functionalities of Nintex Forms?
Right. So as I mentioned in my previous slide, that the different key features of Nintex Forms. So with Nintex Forms, as I mentioned, that you can support web services, you can connect to the SQL database, you can enhance the functionality of the form by CSS or JavaScript. You can take a printout of the filled form. So in many business processes, there is a need to take a printout of the form. So that is allowed here. That functionality is available here. You can brand or customize the form. There are different rules and validations by which you can show and hide the sections based on the business process. And it supports the mobile devices, as we just saw that.
Okay, great. We'll give everyone a couple more minutes to get questions in.
Okay.
I was going to say, we just had one come through. Does Nintex Mobile app come with forms and workflows?
Correct. Yes, you get the Nintex Mobile app also. So the difference is the addition, like standard or enterprise. So with enterprise, as I mentioned in my slide on the presentation, that you with the Nintex Mobile Enterprise, you get the facility to custom brand your app, so that users know that which form they are filling, their enterprise form they are filling. So that makes it easy for the organization, that designers can design the form with the organizational branding, and that makes it more useful. But with the standard, you can achieve all other functionalities, like I just showed on my demo. You can submit the form and check the status. But with enterprise, you get some more functionalities too.
Okay, great. It looks like we don't have any more questions at this time, so this is going to conclude today's webinar. A recording of this will be sent to all participants. In the meantime, if you do have any questions, please email info@microexcel.com. Thank you and have a wonderful day.